Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Movie Review Podcast. I am Terrence Fisher, and I am your host. And this week we got some pretty interesting movie news to talk about. So we're finally at the end of the first week of the big juggernaut of Avengers Endgame. And Avengers Endgame is just an awesome movie. It's broken all kinds of records. It's already over $1 billion. You know, people are speculating whether or not it's going to, reach the highest grossing movie of all time, passing Titanic and Avatar and all that kind of stuff. So Avengers Endgame, again, if you have not seen it, go out and see it. It's an awesome movie. We've already talked about it here on the show, and it's an experience that you need to have in the movie theater. So make sure you go see that movie if you have not. Now, going into this week, there are a few movies that are coming out that I'm looking forward to, and I want to talk about those. The first movie is a movie called The Intruder. Now, this movie is about this family who moves into this house, and the owner of the house, is a weird guy, and he eventually starts stalking them, and it becomes like this, horror thriller kind of thing where they eventually have to, I don't know, maybe kill him or something like that. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know. But it's a pretty familiar formula that we've seen in movies before. But it seems like it's an interesting movie. It seems like it's going to be an interesting take on a movie. I hope that it does well. I'm going to go see it, and then you'll see my review up about it soon. Now, also, another movie that is coming out that seems pretty interesting is this movie called Ugly Dolls. Now, this is a sort of animated movie about dolls who kind of, like when dolls get produced in a factory, there's always errors and there's always dolls that get messed up. And these dolls come to life. These messed up dolls come to life, and they have this life of their own and this thing of their own and this world of their own, and they interacting with each other and all of this kind of stuff. Looks like it could be a pretty interesting movie, a pretty cute movie if you have kids, to take them out and see. That should be fun. So we'll see how that goes. I'll be reviewing that as well. Now, the movie I'm most looking forward to is this movie called Long Shot. And I'm really looking forward to this movie. It looks like it's going to be hilarious. The movie stars Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron, which are two actors I really, really, really love. Seth Rogen is one of the most funniest guys I like in movies. He's hilarious, so it's always good to see him in anything. But this movie is about where Charlize Theron she works for government. She starts to run for president of the United States. She runs into this old friend of Seth Rogen who she used to babysit as a kid, and he had a crush on her, and then they hook up and then they do these crazy things, stuff like this. Looks like it's going to be a pretty hilarious movie. In the trailer, you see the shot of him falling down the stairs after he goes and talks to her after not seeing her for a long time, and it's a hilarious movie. It's already on Rotten Tomatoes, it already has a score of about 85%. So even looks like the critics are even liking it. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. I'm going to be reviewing that. That's probably the one I'm going to go see first. I may wait to see Ugly Dolls and The Intruder later this weekend, but I'm definitely going to see Long Shots. I'm probably going to see Avengers Endgame again for the 5th time. I've already seen it 4 times. So it's going to be a pretty interesting weekend. It's always some good movies coming out, especially this weekend. We got at least 2 or 3 to look forward to. And if you haven't seen Endgame, of course, go see Endgame. So that's all of the movie news that's happening this weekend. Again, look for some of those reviews coming up next week. Now, also, another thing that came out this week was the trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, if you grew up back in the day, back in the 90s, early thousands and stuff like that, you're familiar with Sonic on Sega Genesis console, all of that, right? So it's a pretty interesting trailer. Jim Carrey is in the movie. Looks like he's going to be a pretty interesting character. So I'm also looking forward to this movie. We'll see how it goes. All right. And that's all the movie news for this week. I'll see you guys in next week's episode. Have an awesome day.